Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth plus 2 wins in a row. What do you do on 2? The same thing you do on 52. Send it. 19RS F4MM. We're here. We're ready. We're using our chariot card for dubious purposes, but it's fun nonetheless. And I mean, look at those stats. What can you say about the stats that ain't already been said about the stats? I don't know, 3,500 times or more in the past. Gotta get my mind back into the Isaac game. Been playing Trackmania. Having a good time. Been playing some Mahjong. Been having a good time. I think the skills I'm learning in those games do not necessarily... Oh, we're not gonna be able to make that one. That's unfortunate. Do not necessarily mean that your Isaac game improves. But I think there's some, you know, cross-compatible skills. Maybe not with Trackmania. I mean, Trackmania is a game that, in the abstract at least, is about rushing. It's about going as fast as possible. But Mahjong, you make a plan, you stick with it, and if it ain't working, you pivot, and you just hope it isn't too late to pivot. Teleporter. I think Teleporter is kind of underrated. I genuinely think it's better than the Converter. I mean, I don't mind the Converter, but it's situational. Sometimes it would be the item you would most like to see in the entire world. And sometimes it's an item where you're like, I don't really care that much. Teleporter at least means we don't have to do mob trap, boss trap rooms. We could just get the heck out of Dodge. I want to see a key, please. Oh my god. Golden chest. Golden chest. Golden chest, golden chest. We blew up 2 or 3 tinted rocks and got 2 golden chests and 1 spirit heart. I'm not saying that the game is rigged. Those of us who already have keys can get more keys. Oh my god. Does this seem fair? Some of my fellow streamers have 99 keys, some have 0. And the number 1 source of keys is opening golden chests. Do you see the problem? Now, there's not really a problem because actually, like, our stats are like super amazing right now by early game standards. This would help, maybe. Maybe. I'll take it. I'm not afraid. It was good. It was a win. That was a win for us. Converter does nothing, so we will just head down. This would be an amazing floor. Next floor. For us to get an arcade. If we can get an arcade with a blood bank, because you have to be very specific in today's modern era. You don't want to walk into one and it's like, you know, just a key beggar. I guess we did lose 1 HP from the experimental treatment, but that's okay. It's not that that's not meaningful, because it is, especially early. But we did get more damage and more rate of fire, and we have good HP, so I would describe this as an acceptable cost. For the time being, we'll describe that as an acceptable cost. Purity, also very good. A prodigious range upgrade early. Not particularly valuable, quite frankly. That's okay. We'll keep moving on. Yeah. Why not? We'll grab this too. I think we're in a good spot right now. The only thing I would say is that, well, actually now that we took damage with Purity, I think everything's fine. Prior to taking damage with Purity, when we had a range upgrade, I wasn't that stoked. Sorry, I'm using my nose right now. I mean, always, but like... I'm like, do I smell cigarette smoke? We're in a weird position here. We shouldn't, for one. But I feel like I do. But then secondarily, that might actually mean that our HVAC unit is actually working. This might be the first time in my entire life that possibly I'm pleasantly surprised. Now, I'd prefer if we, you know, didn't smell the smoke to begin with, especially because, you know, my wife is 7 months pregnant. But if our HVAC unit works, at least that's one problem sorted. Then we can worry about finding the aroma of the the cigarettes. It's a start, at least. Hold on, I'm gonna go give it a check. Maybe it's unprofessional, but you know, it is July. I've been waiting for this air conditioning to work for a minute here. Hold on. Let me go check this vent. False alarm. Now I'm like, maybe my brain is broken. Now I'm questioning myself. I'm like, do I smell it? Maybe I don't, you know? Maybe I don't know. I don't have a great sense of smell. I'll admit. I'm good at recognizing some aromas for sure. McDonald's fryer oil, that's a good one. Subway restaurants based on the smell of the freshly baked yoga mats. I don't think I'm having a stroke. Hold on. Hey, is my face drooping? Nah, looks pretty normal. All right. Can I raise both hands above my head? Yes. All right. Let's just let it go then. We did lose our damage aura there. This one is, I would definitely never say... Hold on. No, we got purity. Yeah, right? Yeah, okay. I was just making sure that I actually did get an item on the last floor. I did get purity. I was running the numbers and I'm like, did I skip it? Oh, ah! Did I skip an item? I did not. I did not. Alright. Now we got our damage aura back. It was not worth it. The run has just gotten slightly prickly. That's what I would say. I'm extremely glad we did not take the garbage deal with the angel. Ghost baby is, you know, closest thing to a slap in the face that you can get from a deal with the devil, except for like 5 red chests that only have troll bombs and spiders. But definitely a little extra defense would be worth disproportionately more compared to offense right now. Now this is kind of a tough call. Brother Bobby is not very good, and I don't think Slipped Rib is really going to move the needle for us too much. However, it moves it more than 0. Don't think it's particularly strong, but that's okay. I was hoping that in that shop we would find basically a single spirit heart. It would go a long way. Because, I mean, 1.5 HP, when you've got a familiar that can turn into a bomb at any given moment, it's not as much tolerance and safety as I'd like to see. Okay, but this, on the other hand, oh my. Oh my. The game has been changed. I don't want to... You know, hold on. We're in Caves 1, Catacombs 1. I'm gonna bail on this floor early. And you're gonna be like, what are you doing? You're supposed to do the little things right. Okay, just work with me for a moment, alright? We're gonna get out of this floor early. I do think our time is more of a concern because we have teleport, which means there could be a decent item, or at least a chance for a decent item, at our disposal if we get into boss rush, if we qualify for boss rush. Now, if we don't, whatever, it's not that big of a deal, but I think that it's worth at least trying to go slightly faster. And then the secondary element there is I really want to acknowledge that I'd like to spend some time on this floor, because if there's an arcade, we got enough HP now, and it's amazing how things can change for you in the drop of a hat. Thank you for not giving me an error room. I will say thank you for that. I'm not going to be entitled. We'd like to spend some time early on this floor. Oh, especially now. Because if we could get... Sure. If we could get a blood bank to work out nicely for us. I mean, it's... I was going to say Sylvester Stallone. What I meant was Dr. Seuss. Both kind of, you know, poetic for different reasons. Oh, the places you'll go. That was the capstone of that. Sorry, I got the phantom smells. I'm losing it. I have a good nose for cigarette smoke because my grandma smoked as a when I was a youngster, and then she and my grandfather quit. Only she didn't really quit. She just did it clandestinely and hid it from the rest of the family and thought that nobody noticed it because of the fact that, you know, she would like spray perfume and stuff around to try to like cover up for it, but everybody was like, this is kind of a telltale smell. So I'm freaking out right now. I don't know where that's coming from. But I don't know, maybe it's coming from a deep-seated memory being dislodged? That beats me. So I did see that there is an arcade on this floor. Now I shouldn't have let that hit me. That's duly noted. I definitely would not... Oh, you're not dead yet. I definitely would not mind a deal. We don't get a deal? You're not going to give me a deal here? No error room, thank you. I'm just going to blow this bad boy up right here. Phrasing. Gonna snatch its soul. Okay. Stop that. Here we go. So we fought Greed. We know Greed's there. Anyway, apart from the phantom smells, today is Wednesday. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second. It's been a busy week, without a doubt. I just got stuck on that one. I actually couldn't see the pit because of the curse. So, you know, that's not salt. That's actually the curse, you know, working out as intended, I suppose. I would actually love to get down to 1 HP, which is not going to be doable, but this is still really good, obviously. I'm not sweating the meager negatives of this, but... A 1 rate of fire, huh? Thank you, Purity. But yeah, it's been a busy week for sure. Lots of... I mean, the baby's not here yet, obviously. Although, who knows by the time this video comes out, but probably not. That would still be, like, really early. But, you know, all the, like, oh, my rate of fire. The pits, dude! All the baby stuff is like arriving, so, you know, yesterday was a busy day, Unity for a long time to sponsor stream, recorded some Trackmania, then Kate and I put together like the baby's crib, or not crib, but the changing table slash dresser for all the baby clothes. The baby is not even, hasn't even paid a dime in taxes yet. And yet it's got more clothes than I do. I ask you, how is this fair? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, how is this fair? No, thank you. Well, hold on. It's 3 keys. It'll probably be worth it if we get a single golden chest, which we do. Alright, sure. You've convinced me, and I've convinced me. So it's been pretty busy. Not that I'm complaining. You know, and again, people are like, well, if you're complaining now, just wait. No, I mean, I'll be complaining then, too. I think that much is written in stone. For sure. I don't know why, sometimes people say you can't complain about stuff that's self-inflicted. I would argue that almost, maybe not every complaint, but I would say like the majority of things that people complain about have some degree of self-infliction associated with them. You know, anytime I've complained about like, ooh, you know, whoa, that is a long hike. It's not that the hike was actually that long, it's just that I'm out of shape. A lot of the times I complain about getting you know, limited sleep. There are things I could have done probably within my bounds of control to make it better. So, you know, of course you complain about things that you do. Sometimes, or that you created. Sometimes you complain about things in spite of the fact, I don't think we need another orbital, / want another orbital. It's the human condition to complain about things. Just because something's good doesn't mean every aspect of it is good, and just because something is bad doesn't necessarily mean every aspect of it is bad. Everything's, I do resist the idea, though, that everything's always, like, in the middle of what perception is. I find myself, without getting too hoity-toity about it, I do find that, in my opinion, I have very little, you know, cognitive evidence to back this up, just anecdotally speaking. But I think that people have a serious tendency to always believe The truth is really in the middle of two different things they hear. So when they hear like a science-based fact and then a truly insane conspiracy theory, they go, well, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. And I'm like, nah, not on this one. On this one, the truth is with the science. Like, I understand what you're talking about, but you've accidentally big-brained yourself into small-brain territory. Okay, good. Another range upgrade. It's very valuable for me. Finally, some real freaking items. We definitely want Maw of the Void. And then I forget where our HP is at, so we're gonna bail. This is serious boss rush territory. We could be sitting pretty. Oh, we're looking good. This is solid stuff. Alright. What did I tell you about a key beggar? Or maybe I should be thinking about it the other way. Maybe I should be like, see what I mean about... This is why you don't taunt the game, because the game taunts back, my man. This is dangerous. And yet, I'm unafraid. Okay, honestly, I'm slightly afraid now and offended more than anything else. No thank you. But you can find positives in negative things, for sure. Like, hey, the food here sucks, but the portion sizes are amazing. I'm just begging you. I know I did just get a luck downgrade, but I thought maybe... Hey, can you get off of my screen? There's enemies? I thought maybe you might find it in your heart of hearts to give me even a pittance. Even a pittance would have been fine. Keep it moving. This is really like no greed in the shop territory would be nice to see. I don't know if that can get demon hearts, but I think we need to be very HP focused here. Like the color out of space, we need to be HP focused. Now that I think we did well there. I think we did well for ourselves right there. Let's get out of here. Remember, we got a real boss rush chance coming right up. That hurts. That hurt more. I'll admit I was singularly focused on getting Maw of the Void to actually hit and did not pay enough attention to not taking damage myself. Why is it that getting a demon heart is so exciting, but preventing yourself from taking a demon heart's worth of damage is like, I sleep. So you might think, NL, you've lost your mind. I have not lost my mind. Well, at least this is not emblematic of that. Maybe the phantom smoke smell. But we have the ability to get to our boss rush here. We gotta take it. What are you doing? What are you doing up there? I never know what he's doing up there. Alright, we don't want that. Pop Justice. You're dead. Go into boss rush. Boss rush, trash, trash. Extremely great and not trash. Like, just fundamentally one of the best items we could possibly get right now. Alright, so maybe we could have done it differently. But I do feel vindicated. I do feel like my plan that might have seemed a little... I don't know, that's a close one. My plan that might have seemed a little suspect has actually in some ways come through to fruition here, and I'm very proud of myself and very happy. Now, believe it or not, the next step, as weird as it is if we could, in my opinion at least, if we could go back in here, take your half demon heart, but you can always teleport out of here. Joker. Huge growth doesn't give us HP, right? Algis? Blank rune. Onsus. D. I don't know what that one is, dude. Don't get greedy here. This is like extreme don't get greedy territory. Okay, our greed benefited us at least. Now go to the shop. You got a little bit more cash. Buy yourself something nice. Yeah. And then, like, if we could get, like, another one of those, that would be pretty solid. I stand by this. Alright. Maybe a Spirit Heart could have been. I don't know. I guess a Spirit Heart protects your Bone Heart more, but... By the way, thank you to the individual in the comments who every day comments, hey, day 75 of asking NL to say what I'm about to say in his surfer voice. Okay, I'll do it. My Bone Heart. There you go. And now your watch has ended. No, never let anybody tell you I'm not community focused, okay? Never let anybody tell you I am the master of diagonal walking. So we got Succubus. Everything on this run is okay. It might have seemed like I played a little fast and loose on this one. I kind of disagree, honestly. I think that in middling Isaac runs, and what I'm about to say is not satire, it's satirical. In middling Isaac runs, I think being conservative will win you 99.9% of games. In runs where you have the ability to kind of lean on the game and maybe get some leverage, I think we made the right decision here. Well, not that time. The danger, without a doubt, is making sure that you don't make this a habit and go like, oh, every run, we're just gonna rush it down. But yeah. Anyway, today's Wednesday. Unity was really good yesterday. We also did a sponsored stream for a game called Other Side, which is a... You know, I think I would prefer to fly now. Which is a XCOM-style grid-based tactical strategy game. It's almost like a little bit less like XCOM and a little bit more like something... I don't know. Dare I invoke this and say that it's a little bit more like something along the lines of Disgaea, which admittedly I've not played, but I've seen a lot played because it's one of Kate's favorite series. That game was fun. Now, the caveat there is it was sponsored, so you can't trust what I'm saying, or you can. I'll leave that up to you. I mean, there's people out there who are like, you got a $4 copy of this indie game for free. You can't be trusted. If you feel that way, then I apologize. You think $4 moves the needle that much for me? Well, you know, maybe maybe it's best if you keep believing that. Maybe that reflects more positively on me. I know I said I'd stop taking these pills, but my rock and roll YouTube Hollywood lifestyle, I need the pharmaceutical help in the form of an I Found Pills pill. Every time I'm falling down, all alone I fall to pieces. Do you know that the word pizza comes from the 10th century? Kind of staggering, right? What do you mean by that? I don't know, it's just weird. Like, for me, I guess it makes sense that a word with two Z's, one of the least used letters in the English alphabet for sure, is archaic. That seems to make sense. But I don't know, I always thought of pizza as like a modern word, because it's kind of like, you know, it's like crunch wrap. It seems like it was made up as a marketing thing, not a linguistic thing. But I saw a tweet that was like, here's the historical origins of pizza. I had no idea the name of it was so old. Who could have known? Let me up. I got pizza on the mind. Oh my god, our rate of fire. That's not like an aberrant thing, by the way. I mean, I have pizza on the mind at all times, more or less. And I don't eat it that much. And actually, I mean, I'm not saying it's good for you, obviously. But when I eat pizza... I don't know, it sounds like Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. When I eat Zazie, I eat and P. I like round circles, pepperoni, oh yeah. Please start my za. There's something like that. It's not great, but we'll work on it. Me and Vince Neil and Tommy Lee Jones. We'll get it going. I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, just I bet if you surveyed North America, people from the ages of 18 to 80, pizza would be the most... The food that people most said was their most liked food. And I'll go a step further. I also think that if it isn't, it's because adults will be worried, myself included, about seeming juvenile by saying that a food that children also like is their favorite food. I feel like when you're an adult and someone asks you your favorite food, there's a temptation for you to be like, oh, well, you know, chicken nuggets are for kids. I like scallops. But if I put one of those brain scans on you, if I put you in an MRI machine and I fed you a scallop and then I fed you a McDonald's chicken McNugget, I think I would see way more parts of your brain light up. Now, I'm not suggesting that it's willfully dishonest. I'm merely suggesting that I think pizza would tickle those same zones of the hippocampus, and it would completely suppress your amygdala. I bet it is the most liked food. I bet if I Googled the phrase, what's the... Well, I've asked this to chat before, and this is the internet in general. They don't want to argue in good faith. They always try to hit you with something a little bit more, like, big brain. They're like, what about rice? I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. I'll tell you. People love rice, don't get me wrong. Like, no matter what meal we're eating, Kate's mom will always ask for a bowl of rice. I know this sounds like, what are you talking about? Surely you jest? I don't jest, and please do call me Shirley. But, even, like, we made barbecue, like, I think it was like, you know, like skewers with vegetables and beef and stuff like that. We made some potato wedges to go along with it. Kate's mom was like, could I get a bowl of rice? I'm like, yeah, I mean, obviously. I'm not going to say no. What kind of person would that make me? You're our guest. But also, you already got a bowl of rice. It's called the potato wedges. She didn't respond well to this argument, mostly because I didn't make it, because it would have made me a needlessly pedantic jerk who's like, well, actually, all foods with a similar nutrient profile are exactly the same, which is just asinine, but it's a tough nut to crack there. But I think I'm not talking about most liked, as in like the most number of people worldwide have a positive opinion about something. I'm saying the food that people's average rating of is the highest is gotta be pizza. Honestly, if somebody out there, if I was like, how do you feel about pizza in general? And they were like, I don't know, like a 6, I would question them. Not because I think that necessarily they're wrong, but because I would like to find out if they're just putting on airs. You gotta ask some probing questions. If pizza's a 7 or a 6, let's say, what's a 4 for you? And if they're like broken glass, then you're like, okay, now I think you're being dishonest. What's an 8 for you? Oh, I don't know, the best meal I've ever had. Because you gotta recognize, some people out there, they think that if you give a 10 out of 10 or a perfect score to something, that means that product has beaten you. Well, it's not perfect. I don't give 10s because nothing's perfect. Bro, relax. We're on the Star Wars forums. Why are you hitting me with all these weird philosophical... Okay, make the scale out of 9 then. I don't care. I have no idea where I went on this episode in terms of commentary. My room is hotboxed by outdoor nicotine right now. I can't... I'm out of my gourd, dude. I don't know what I'm saying. Please. Dude, this is one of the fastest runs we've had recently, for sure, as well. Very exciting. Very quick one. And you know what? Like, I'm in that weird position where I haven't paid the price of losing yet because the video of me losing has not gone up. So I really think for morale, I'm trying to short circuit and kind of like hack my brain and just be like, well, I won't feel as bad uploading the video where I would lose the streak if I have a new streak by the time it goes up. So hopefully we can get more like that. But the most important thing is just getting that dub. Anyway, For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But mostly click that like button. I've been doing this Isaac thing for like 9 years now. Appreciate all your ongoing support, and I'll see you next time. See ya!